Pacquiao.
Coming up to round 8 here, getting into that interesting territory in the fight. Some people thought that the cumulative effect of his work would wear Clottey down late on, and Freddie Roach, his trainer, who is eerily good with his predictions, that's what he thinks is going to happen here. There's no sign yet that Clottey's going to wilt, though. Or will Pacquiao just start to fade and feel it a little against this man who might be something like 15 pounds heavier on the night here against him?
Started a little bit quicker in this round, Pacquiao.
Very good footwork, isn't it, Pacquiao? He just gets himself into excellent positions to throw his punches.
Well, signs that Clottey realises at last he's going to have to initiate a few attacks, make an impression at last.
Good body shots again to the rib cage, 4 of them dug in. Clottey again just soaks it all up like blotting paper. But there might come a point where all this just starts to sicken even somebody as resilient, determined and hard as him. That
was tremendous work from Pacquiao. Look low, if that's the... No, Pacquiao got a little bit of a complaint there, it must have been.
Yes, it must have been a low blow for Pacquiao to make too much of it. He's usually, let's get on with it, and I didn't think that'd take long.
Didn't look long from the view we had. The referee was between us, but as you say, if Pacquiao complained, it must have been.
Still trying to find the combination to the safe, Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's own defence, he's tightened up a little bit there.
See, the question you have to ask watching this, imagine Pacquiao against Mayweather, a completely different kind of fight, but would Mayweather be able to cope with this kind of work rate that Pacquiao generates? He's just throwing punches all the time, isn't he?
You okay?
The heads coming together there. Yeah, that is the... I mean, I've always felt if De La Hoya could have kept the pace going for 12 rounds, he would have beaten Mayweather, but we know Pacquiao can. We're watching him do it now.
Oh, that's brilliant. What was that, a 5-punch combination from Pacquiao? Tremendous bravery from Clottey in there, but this is getting pretty one-sided. He's just having the odd success, Clottey, but look, here's the body punches again. It's been the plan from the word go.
Yeah, this is the first time that Clottey just can't respond. He's usually in a position that he can respond, but chooses not to be. He's being punched out of the fight here.
Remember, never stopped in his whole career, Joshua Clottey. His pride. Dug out that left hook, but Pacquiao was all over him in that round. He really was. I've given him every round so far. There's his wife, Jinky, watching away and worrying, of course. It's not easy when you're family, as we saw so horribly that night with Ricky Hatton against Pacquiao.
We're losing every round, so let's get to it. We're losing every damn round. Come on. You're going back to your start to take shot to throw one. You have to start.
It's a big disadvantage for Clottey not to have his usual trainer, isn't it? That's unfortunate that the usual trainer couldn't get a visa.
Yeah, I mean, it's an upset, but I mean, I don't think his style would have changed anyway. I think it's just a case of Clottey gets himself in the best possible physical condition. That was certainly low, no question about that.
Back off.
So I don't know how much it will have affected him, and I think the temperament he has, he's coping with it fine. He just can't cope with the volume and speed of the punches coming at him.
Here's round 9. This is the round that Freddie Roach, the trainer of Manny Pacquiao, believes could be the end point, the end game of the fight. There were 1 or 2 signs in that last round that Clottey was coming back with less, and that maybe, just maybe, Pacquiao was starting to really get to him.
Well, I've given Clottey the share of a couple of rounds because he was landing nice right hands, the jab was landing, and then Pacquiao was coming back in the later stages of the round But the last round we've just seen was all Pacquiao. Really, the first time he's totally dominated Clottey. And it looks as though he's going to pick it up again in this round.
Because the judges never give even rounds over here, do they? They just don't do that. They always find a winner. Look at this again from Pacquiao. He's starting to unleash those left hands, his trademark shot. Back comes Clottey with a couple of jabs, though. Has he saved something for the stretch here, Clottey, I wonder? The camp said they'd got him ready physically to go 12 hard rounds. I know he wanted to prove Freddie Roach wrong. He said, I've got a secret person that I want to prove wrong. And then the manager kind of let it slip. It was Roach. He wants to go the distance at the very least, Clottey, but can he do any more than that late in the fight?
Again, trying to open up Clottey, but forced back to that defence again.
Just thinking, the ref hasn't had to do a thing, has he?
No, there hasn't been a clinch. I mean, they've been toe-to-toe for so much of the time, but never a clinch.
Pretty one-sided. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 machine gun attack from Pacquiao. Clottey does find a right hand, but his successes are just spasmodic. The odd punch. Pacquiao is looking to step it up again here.
Clottey's defences were scattered there. Another sign that this is becoming too much for him, too big a job.
Well, it started as a massive job, and it's got harder. This really is the hard part of it, I think. If Clottey does want to last the full way, these next 2, 3 rounds, I think if he gets to the last, he can suck it up and get through it because he can see the finishing line there. But here, there's still a fair old way to go, and the punches just keep on coming. He's got through another one. Freddie Roach was wrong, not 9th round.
You're getting too many punches, all right?
Work.
The doctor's going to stop it if you don't do anything. Come on.
Let this guy work.
Let me hold it.
Now they're threatening him. The ref's going to stop it if he doesn't throw more punches. Might be scare strategy. Just that little swelling there for Pacquiao underneath the right eye. It must have been one of those right hands.
Yeah, well, Clottey has landed a few right hands.
Yes. You gotta make that step big enough, just like we did on the mitts, remember? All right? Here. You have to be set.
I mean, Pacquiao completely dominating the action now. Signs that Clottey is going to struggle to hang on in there. The defences have been scattered a couple of times. The body shots are hurtful, even that the punches that are landing on his forehead will probably be stunning him. This is tough, really tough for him now.
Round 10. Could be a shutout for Pacquiao so far on the cards. Could be. What does Clottey have left? He's shown absolutely amazing resilience, hasn't he, here?
Well, that's what I expected from him. I knew he would give it a go. I'm sure he would like to have been able to throw more punches. But any time he's tried to open up, you know, the volume of punches that comes back at him, hurtful punches, a lovely right hook.
Ooh, that was a big, shuddering, jolting shot, but Clottey took that one too. He's thrown punches tonight here that would have brought down the walls of a city, Pacquiao, and Clottey has just taken them, blinked a bit, sometimes not even that, and come back again.
Good left hook coming back from Clottey there.
Great defence, all those hit the gloves, and that one, and that one, and that one. Old school skills, those, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, he must know by now he's going to have to go for the knockout. He has to put power on every shot, but he can't even, he's not even allowed to set himself to generate any power in his shots.
There was one ooh and ah from the crowd when Clottey landed a right hand there, but any idea that Pacquiao was going to fade or punch himself out in this fight, forget it. no sign of that at all.
Maybe for the first time seeing signs that Clottey is being put into survival mode when he's doing very, very little. Beautiful right hook from Pacquiao.
Just wonder whether the referee's just getting a little more interested in Clottey's condition. But as long as he's throwing punches, as long as he still looks strong, and I think he does, the ref's certainly not going to step in. He's going to give him every chance to go the distance, especially when he tries to take it to Pacquiao like this. Pacquiao covers up. He drove one through the middle. The crowd are almost starting to side with Clottey, the underdog.
Well, you have to appreciate the courage that he's shown and the commitment.
One or two chants of Clottey from behind us. I think they appreciate the bravery and courage of this man and his sheer bloody-minded determination not to let Pacquiao overwhelm him, but he takes some containing, and he hasn't got there yet. Pacquiao again. He's all over him like a jungle cat.
He is in fantastic condition, Pacquiao. I mean, he's worked virtually every second of this.
Phenomenal, really, from Pacquiao as well.
This is the 11th round coming up.
It's hard now, but there's 6 minutes more of it.
I know you got the power to knock him out, and you got the strength, and you're in condition. Take chances, baby. Let's take a chance in this round coming up. If you don't take a chance, you go home lost.
He looks like he's really feeling it now, doesn't he, Clottey? You couldn't blame him, could you?
Yeah, I mean, the signs are now that you know, he's accepted defeat. They want to go out in the shield, they want to go the distance, but maybe once or twice he'll let the big punches go. I mean, he did come back at Pacquiao for points in that round, but he is just being dominated now.
It's a great uppercut from Clottey, and it's punches like that and little rallies like that that keep the referee from the door, so to speak. So if he stops throwing punches and keeps on shipping them, the referee's going to start thinking, maybe I ought to step in here because this is getting too one-sided. It's round 11. Crowd right in on the plot. They're wondering whether Clottey can somehow stage some kind of late rally. Is what you're seeing here in any way change your thinking or modify in any way about a possible Pacquiao-Mayweather fight if they can get that on later in the year?
Yeah, you have to wonder if Mayweather, who's not a massive puncher himself, can cope with the volume and the pressure of Pacquiao. When you look at a performance like this against a really live opponent, I mean, some people have said that Pacquiao's last few opponents maybe they've shown a little bit of damage before he got his hands on them. But this man's not damaged and has been dominated here. So what would Mayweather, how would Mayweather cope with this work rate and this volume of punches?
Because he'd be a lot more slippery and counter-punching, wouldn't he, himself? Different fight, as we say.
Yeah, but to win a fight, you have to be throwing punches, you have to be landing shots.
Yeah, he'd be a hard man to outpoint, wouldn't he, Pacquiao? You can see that because he just keeps on throwing and he relishes the battle too here. He'll even be relishing the bravery of the man in front of him and admiring it.
A couple of good uppercuts there from Clottey, then followed by a right hand. So he is having a go in this round. Is going for it.
Pacquiao, having coasted for a bit, suddenly decides to put the plug back in. Clottey having his best round in a while and lands a right hand. Pacquiao, here's his response. He looked tired on his stool at the end of the last round, I thought, Clottey, as if he was getting towards some kind of breaking point, but he's done well in this session.
Yep, he's given it a go in this session. I mean, he must realise he needs a knockout. And he has put up a tremendous show, Clottey.
Well, the crowd seeing big-time boxing in the Dallas area for the first time in the modern era. They're really into this. Again, lovely uppercuts with the left hand there from Clottey. He's done that a few times in this round. Pacquiao's kind of just given himself a little bit of time off.
the argument is those punches have been blocked. But again, Pacquiao dominating the action.
Clottey got himself out of that corner and got a big cheer from the crowd for doing that. Gets through another session and gets a standing ovation. They've decided to let a bit of air in here tonight. It's getting that hot. It's particularly hot for Joshua Clottey.
That's enough.
3 minutes to go.
Come on. Breathe in, breathe.
50,000 plus fans here.
Water.
What a brave man.
Last round coming up, last round.
He's earned every single dollar and more, Joshua Clottey, tonight. He's got a little 9-year-old daughter back home in Ghana. He says he misses her, Zena, and he sends money home for the family from his hard trade. Never harder than tonight. Here's the last round here. Clottey deserves to go the distance. Look at that. That's what a great feeling between the two fighters. What sportsmanship. What an example. Won't stop Pacquiao from trying to get the stoppage in the last round, as he did, of course, with Miguel Cotto. Oh, there's a clash of heads there. Both of them felt that one.
Both of them caught it high, so hopefully no damage. One had caught it in the eyebrow, although even this late stage, that's the last thing you want.
He's put so much into every punch, doesn't he, Pacquiao? There are no range fighters or anything like that in his armory. He just throws every punch with evil intent. Well, there's no doubt about who is a mile ahead here. But Clottey, over the last couple of rounds, is, with the finishing line inside, I think, has just come on a little stronger and been re-energised.
Yeah, well, you can see the end of it now. I mean, around about the 9th and 10th round, it really became tough for him. But he's in the last round now. You can see it almost over.
Just boxing almost quietly for him in this last round. Pacquiao, it's almost as if he's thinking, well, Clottey deserves to go the distance. I'm sure that's will have crossed his mind as a fighter through and through, but maybe he can get him out of there, he will. The crowd have really got into this, haven't they? They're living it. Just listen to the atmosphere in here is something quite special.
It's been non-stop action every round, and full credit to Clottey. There's that dangerous-looking uppercut, which would hurt a few welterweights, I might mention.
It's going to be defeat by the look of it for Joshua Clottey, barring something really sensational later on, but certainly a defeat with great honour. Pacquiao has tried everything in the book, but he cannot break this very proud Ghanaian. Last few seconds here. There will be a huge embrace between them at the end. Pacquiao is going to win, but tonight he can't blast the man out. It goes the full 12 rounds. It is over. Even then, though, I thought Pacquiao looked pretty special and electric again.
Yeah, another tremendous performance. I mean, the work rate throughout the 12 rounds was phenomenal. I mean, the power in the punches, he just kept Clottey fully occupied for every second of the 12 rounds, never really allowed him into the fight. I gave him share of a couple of rounds because he was accurate with the right hand and he was piercing Pacquiao's defences, but he didn't win a round on my card. But definitely won a lot of friends instead.
There's Bob Arum, the 78-year-old promoter behind this promotion. He started with Muhammad Ali and George Chuvalo back in 1966, I think it was, top of my head.
And I think he has a special relationship with Pacquiao as well. I think he loves him as much as everybody does.
He never ever stopped throwing leather, did he? Again, you've got to think about that Mayweather fight. I think you have to take it into account. But Mayweather had set him a whole lot of other problems. But Clottey, they said he was tough. He was even tougher.
Yep, he took his bumps. I mean, not too often we see him caught cleanly on the chin. And then what a testament that is to the tight defence that he used. His tactics were terrific for going the distance.
To the scorecards. Dwayne Ford scores at 120 to 108. Levi Martinez, 119-109. Nelson Vasquez, 119-109. All three to the winner by unanimous decision. The fighting pride of the Philippines, and still WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pacman Pacquiao.
Two of the judges did give Clottey a round quite generously, but Pacquiao has won, and he's won by a landslide points decision here.
Phenomenal work rate from Pacquiao, courage from Clottey, reaction from Johnny Nelson and Glenn McCrory in a couple of minutes' time.
Manny, congratulations. How difficult was it to penetrate Clottey's defense tonight, and how frustrating was it for you?
I mean, it's not easy. I mean, he's very tough fighter and he's very good defensive fighter. It's hard to break his defense.
As the fight progressed, how shocked were you that he wasn't engaging you and bringing the fight to you?
I mean, amazing. The fight is not easy. It's difficult. He fight toe to toe, and you know. But I'm surprised he's backing off. I thought he's gonna be pressure me.
Now, how was the atmosphere fighting in this stadium, 51,000 people, and you never fought in something like this? How was that?
Amazing. This is very memorable fight and amazing fight. This is first time happen in my boxing career that there's a lot of people who coming to watch the fight. 51,000. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, what everybody wants to know is, what's it going to take for you to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather? Is that what you really want next?
I want that fight because people want that fight, but you know, it's up to him if he want to fight me. I'm willing to fight. You know, nothing. You know, nothing. A lot of issues, or I don't like that. The fight is post-throw. No more issue. Something.
Considering if he beats Mosley, what are you willing to do to have that fight happen?
Considering if he beat...
if he beats Mosley, what are you willing to do to make that fight happen?
I mean, just agree to the rules and regulation of commission, and the fight will be on. And you know, he have to focus on his fight, and that's not an easy fight.